baseball right there. You had. All right, we are joined by Wake Forest head coach Tom Walter and Adam Sear. Coach, start with an opening statement, and then we'll take questions for Adam, and then come back to questions for Coach.
Yeah, thanks. Disappointing loss. Teddy McGraw gave us a good start, put us in position to win. Had the game right where we wanted it. 4 outs to go with a 2-run lead and nobody on, and just couldn't close it out. We just too many free passes. Didn't make enough pitches. Give Maryland credit. Obviously, put some good swings on the ball, but again, between this game and the UConn game, they're both going to hurt for a while because we had them both where we wanted it, and and game of bullpens, we like our chances in those games, and we came out on the wrong side of both of those games this weekend.
Take questions for Adam in the room here. If you have a question for Adam, please raise your hand. We'll get the microphone to you. Put a shotgun in the middle.
Adam, I believe it was the home run in the 9th inning, just kind of an extra separator for him. You went back on the ball and kind of slammed your hand against the wall. What was kind of going through your mind at that point?
It's just competitive attitude, obviously, the score at that point, the game was probably in doubt from your guys' standpoint, but at the end of the day, we're going to continue to play really hard. So every run given up, it's tough. It hurts, and it made the deficit a little bit bigger. Just being competitive and showing a little bit of emotion. Probably shouldn't have done it, but that's just the player that I am.
We'll go all the way on the far right-hand side.
Adam, in that momentum swing you made, what's going through your mind as kind of the crowds get into it and get taken away there, knowing that you guys have to get under control, 1 hour from getting out the end, of course, a couple of walks and a couple of big hits. What's really going through your mind as a player, knowing that suddenly the momentum swing is just going against you guys?
So what's going through our mind is obviously, let's get in right here. We've got 2 outs. It all happened with 2 outs. So we wanted to get in off the field, and we said we've got a really good offense, and we've got 6 outs to work with. And then at the end of the day, we're super grateful to be in the position that we're in. So we were going to continue to battle and obviously not dwell on the moment.
We'll go all the way to the far left-hand side towards the back.
I don't know. Things are always tough when you're out of the tournament. Season's over. Basically, what can you guys really take back next year? What are the team really going to look back on this year? Say, to improve on this and on that, so that way you're not in this position next year.
Yeah, we've definitely made a great shot forward this year. Obviously, we doubled our win total from 20 to 41, and our goal at the beginning of the season was to play deep into the postseason. We put ourselves in a really good position to do that. We came up short in the 2 close games. Obviously, we know that the games are won in the postseason with clutch hits, clutch pitches, and things like that. And we fell on the short side of both of those.
Anything else for Adam? We'll go in the middle.
Adam, after the game, a lot of you guys were just embracing your teammates, getting together, in a huddle after that game. And a lot of those guys are going to be coming back next season. Where do you stand right now? How do you feel? I know it's really recent and really fresh, but going into next season, just how do you feel?
I feel awesome because culture is something that you can change and you can continue to move forward. You can look up and down the lineup and you see freshman and sophomore, and that's the most talented group of freshmen and sophomores that I've been around and that I've seen. And they understand what it takes. You watch the games, and the difference between this year and the past year, we play the game really hard. We play the game the right way. We play the game with emotions. So moving forward, that's what we're going to continue to do, because we feel that if you play the game the right way, the game rewards you.
All right. Anything else for Adam here?
I just want to say thank you to the seniors, to the coaches, everybody along with the university for battling through us this year. We're going to get through this thing next year. We're going to roll right through it.
Thank you, Adam. Appreciate that. We'll continue with questions for Coach Walter. If you have a question for Coach, please raise your hand and we'll get the microphone to you. Start with questions in the room here. Start in the middle.
What did you think of Teddy's stuff out there? The ability to limit the free passes, that's something that's been a bugaboo for him, but today it just seemed like he was kind of locked in for it.
Yeah, I thought he was fantastic. Made the one bad pitch to Costas after right after the error, for the 2-run homer. But, really other than that pitch, I thought he was fantastic. Made another hung a changeup on the double down the line against the 7-hole hitter. But really, other than those 2 pitches, I thought he was fantastic. Did exactly what we needed him to do. His pitch count ran up there a little high. We were kind of in between on whether to send it back out there in the 7th, but especially once we spread it to 5-2 at that point, figure go to a fresh arm was a little bit of a long inning. They made a pitching change in the middle of that inning, turned it over to Seth and felt good about our chances from there. But, really happy with Teddy's development over the course of the year. Obviously Josh Hartle as well. You look at that rotation coming back next year and you got to be pretty excited.
When you get the starts that you do from Teddy and Josh, you knew that you were going to get those 2 starts coming into the weekend. How confident would you have felt in what you guys could do this week?
Oh, really good. I mean, again, Rhett didn't throw the ball as well as he's been throwing it on Friday, but we still put ourselves in position to win that game, tied 7-7 in the 8th with a runner on and 1 out. And, again, I'll take our chances in that game. And then same thing today. I mean, again, give credit to Dean. He battled, and found a way to kind of keep his club in the game. And then obviously Falco at the end, we didn't really have an answer for.
All right, we'll go in the middle.
Coach, last year was definitely a tough year, and this year can certainly be looked at it as a rebound. But reflecting on this past season, what are your thoughts on where this team was this year, and then where the future of the program lies going into next year?
Well, the future's beyond bright. We've got another good recruiting class coming in. We're far and away the youngest team in this regional, probably the youngest team in any regional, quite honestly. So we're, as Adam said, I mean, we're freshmen, sophomores, and juniors up and down the lineup. So again, we'll lose Turconi and Tinsman, but other than Turk and Tins, and Gabe Golub out of our bullpen, we're probably not really going to lose any leverage pieces from this year to next. So, really excited about the future. We've got to shore up our bullpen. That was, second half of the year, our bullpen struggled. I mean, really from the Clemson series on, our bullpen was on roller skates. So, we've got to shore that up and get some answers there. But, feel really good about our lineup coming back and our rotation coming back.
And then you mentioned it yourself, the bullpen. Any thoughts on just the bullpen in this game today and kind of how that resulted in the loss?
Yeah, I mean, again, free passes. We've got 2 outs. We're down at the bottom of the order. We 4 outs to get, but there's 2 outs in the 8th at the bottom of the order, and we walk a guy and then fall behind the next guy 2-1 and just kind of lay a fastball in there and it gets homered, and then all of a sudden it's a tie ball game. And then Gabe comes in and walks a guy immediately and then gets 2 strikes on the next guy and hangs a breaking ball and he hits it for a double. So again, give credit to the Maryland hitters. They put some good swings on the ball when they needed to, but the free passes, killed us all day.
Anything else? Okay, on the left-hand side, we have 1 question on Zoom. So we'll take this one in person and then we'll go to the one on Zoom.
Tom, you mentioned that you guys are probably the youngest team, regional, one of your teams in tournament. Do you think that really kind of had something to do with sort of the uneven performance? It kind of felt like offensively there would be 1 or 2 innings you'd have a game where things would explode, but kind of the rest of the game, nothing really going on. Kind of felt like a theme throughout the entire regional. Was that something experience or guys just kind of tightened up and kind of went on there?
Yeah, I think maybe that's a little bit to do with it. I mean, youth was, I think, certainly part of that, but we're a little nicked up right now. Kurtz and Reinish and some other guys aren't 100% healthy. I think that's probably part of it too. But we didn't swing the bat as well in this regional, as we have been swinging it, headed down the stretch. But again, Peterson threw the ball really well. Dean threw the ball really well. Falco threw the ball really well. Willis threw the ball really well. So, really those 4 guys, in the two losses, those 4 guys shut us down. So sometimes you got to tip your cap to the pitcher.
All right, we'll go to Connor O'Neill on the Zoom. Connor.
Tom, I know how tough you usually take the last loss of a season. How much time do you need to kind of process the season as a whole and look at going from 20 wins to 41 wins in the first NCAA tournament appearance since 2017?
Yeah, proud of this team. You know, we felt like we would have been in the NCAA tournament in 2020 had the season not ended, and 2019, if we catch a ground ball, we're probably in then. So we've kind of been right there, but last year was a bad year. We had some injuries and COVID and got off to a bad start and just didn't play well. So certainly, from last year to this year, really happy, but it's a program on the rise, and we got a bunch of kids who are really committed to it and committed to each other. So I'm proud of this group and, proud of our seniors, but also of our underclassmen. So really just love this group collectively. Coaching staff too, did a great job all year. So, proud of the program as a whole.
All right, any other questions from anybody? Okay, we'll go one last one in the front row here on the right-hand side. I'm sorry.
Hey, Coach, Ross O'Keefe at Diamondback. Obviously, Maryland originally in the ACC and then transitioned into the Big Ten. And then Rob Vaughn took over as head coach. I just want to get your opinion on the program this past couple of years.
Yeah, really great. I mean, NCAA tournament team last year, obviously 47 wins this year. Big Ten regular season champions. They've got it going. They've got it rolling here pretty good. Super talented. Balanced, good approach at the field. Their hitting coach does a really good job of, especially at this park, kind of staying in the middle of the field where there's success to be had. So, I like their club and their program. So, definitely a program we're going to be hearing a lot from, not only the rest of this weekend, but then the subsequent years.
All right, thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.